Kelly. I'ma make you call me B.I.G.
Lay it on me, baby, lay it on me, oh. Lay it on me, lay it on me, baby, lay it on me, oh. Lay it on me.
Last night we made a movie, and tonight'll be the sequel. Whoa. Send a pic, let a get a preview. Right now I'm coming suited up on my GQ, and I'ma make you take it off with your teeth too nasty. Tonight we skinny dipping, no pool, girl. Set the one between your legs, I'm a fool, girl. Put the skirt on, turn you to my school, girl. Smack you with my ruler, girl. You know how I do it, girl.
What time do you get up? I wanna see you tonight. What time will you be? I wanna hold you tonight. Yeah, I wanna just kiss you now. I wanna just touch you now. I wanna just give you all my love tonight. And tell them you won't be here in the morning, oh no. Tell your little friends that you're rolling solo. Tonight, boy, make my body go, oh. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, baby, lay it on me, oh. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, baby, lay it on me, oh. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, put it down on me, oh. Put your hands on my body. Lay it on me, lay it on me, yeah, yeah. Lay it on me. I don't mind, I can wait up, 'cause I'ma enjoy the ride. And I know when you show up, I'ma be satisfied. Yeah.
Right, girl.
So come lay me down one more time around. Boy, just give me all that love tonight. And tell them you won't be here in the morning, oh no. Tell your little friends that you're rolling solo. Tonight, boy, make my body go, oh. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, baby, lay it on me, oh. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, baby, lay it on me, oh. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, put it down on me, oh. Put your hands on my body. Lay it on me, lay it on me, yeah, yeah. Lay it on me. Lay it down and down, down and down, down, down. Lay it down and down, down and down, down, down. Lay it down and down, down and down, down, down. Lay it down. Lay it down and down, down and down, down, down.
Lay it down.
Down, down and down, down.
You gotta talk that nasty shit. Do it. Do it. Yeah. The king of the California Kings. You gotta call me sire. Watch me lay it down, and I ain't even tired. Putting work in, and I ain't even hired. Hitting high notes, neighbors thought you joined the choir. She drop it, then wobbled it, 'cause she know that I'm liking it. Turn my lap into a chauffeur, and I spend all day just riding it. Trying to clone that, just to have a menage with it. This the red light special, but I swear ain't no stopping this yelling go, shine go. So shorty bring it back, call my curiosity, 'cause I killed the cat. And satisfaction brought it back. Girl, it's your world, I'm just chilling on the mat. B.I.G. Shine down and dance.